All right, you beautiful motherfuckers. Tamara asked a really smart question about applying this methodology to e-commerce. And admittedly, it's a little bit trickier than other niches because, like, say you're working for an accountant's easy. He wants a certain type of client. It's not a volume business. They don't necessarily want it. They want higher value people. As we're e-commerce stores, usually just like more sales equals better. Typically, at least that's the mindset they operate. And so I want to show you guys something here that will help you to bring more value to the table to your e-commerce clients. And there's a couple of different methodologies here. And by doing it, what you'll be able to do is keep clients longer, charge higher fees, keep them happier, things like that of that nature. And it comes to a concept, by the way, some of you guys have heard me talk about in the book and on this YouTube channel, if you're watching this on YouTube, the nickel and the $100 bill. The nickel is what I call like the volume work. Every niche, there's a bunch of low quality, low value sales that they can get a lot of them, but they don't really make a lot of money making nickels. And $100 bills are the expensive things. So I often use examples of like physical, real world stuff. Like if you help a roofer repair leaks, he might make $100, $200 repairing a leak. But if you help him sell a commercial roof, he might make $250,000, right? Like on that, the price tag, I don't know what his margins are or whatever, but all things being equal, that's the $100 bills, the $250,000 thing. You'll have a lot better success doing that. So how do we apply this to e-commerce? By the way, for those of you guys who don't know me already, my name's Frankie Finn. I wrote the book Beyond the Agency Box since 2007. I've built 3 of my own agencies up to 100 plus clients, and I've also helped hundreds of people around the world to live this whole agency beach laptop lifestyle. So I want to show you a couple of things, a couple of different examples. I got a couple of, it's good when I got too many notepad files open. So one of the things you can do is understand that there is a value spectrum in everything. And I got a couple e-commerce stores I'm going to show you some examples from, but you can easily just simply find their most expensive thing. And I wanted to show you. So I picked a couple of random e-commerce niches to give you an example. Okay. So I'm at home and garden here. Let's just see what they got. So they've got garden furniture. They've got barbecues. They've got garden tools. They've got wellies. We must be in the UK because I have no idea what a wellie is. In where I'm from, by the way, that's a slang for somebody who's broke. But let's just look. Let's open a couple of these categories, see what comes up. So you'll see here. Okay, they're obviously, this is in the UK. So pair of gloves. You help a store sell a pair of gloves, they might make $25. There's just one example. You help them sell a patio set, 1,800, $2,000. So all things being equal, are you going to make a bigger impact on the store if you help them sell an $18 pair of gloves, or if you help them sell a $2,000 patio set? Let's see what else they got here just while we're here. Barbecues, again, $215. That's probably somewhere in the middle between the nickel and the $100 bill. And then there's, a whole bunch of garden tools. This is probably the volume stuff. They can probably sell 1,000 million of these things, but they don't make nearly as much money if they just sell one set of furniture. And what are muckies? Boots, of course. So this is just one example. I'm going to show you another store here. Actually, let's go to an example that's not home and garden. This is a music store. They got guitars, they got basses, they got amps and effects, they got drums, they got microphones. Let's just click on a few of these things, and I want to show you there's a value spectrum in all of these things. So I'm just going to click electric guitars. These guys got way too many categories, by the way. So here, like, these are showing the prices in Mexican pesos. So just, this is about 300 US dollars. This is about $5,000, right? So same deal, right? Like if you're helping them to sell something, are they going to make more money selling the $5,000 guitar or the $300 guitar? That means, like, if you're running a Facebook ad, which one of these is going to be a better result producing thing for the business? Or if you're sending emails on their behalf, or if you're running Google ads, or even if you're building a website for them to help them highlight their products, what do you think is going to make a bigger impact, right? Let's just check again. Bass guitars, I'm going to click on Fender. They got them all sorted by brands. Okay, apparently that's not allowed because I'm in Mexico. Here we again, we've got amplifiers. This one is about 500 US dollars. This one is about, that doesn't sound right. I think that's 1,000 pesos. It's about $50. Okay. So this one's 50. This one's 500. Like, if you're going to help them sell more, like, which one of these is going to make a bigger impact on their overall brand? So there's still a spectrum of all these things. Let's just click on acoustic drums, see if anything comes up. I don't know. Let's go with DW acoustic drums, see what happens. I assume that's a brand. I'm a little bit of a musician. I play guitar. Nothing found. Apparently, because I'm in Mexico, we're being cock blocked. Condenser microphone. So if you look on these, by the way, again, let's just go with studio condenser microphones. This one looks kind of old school, but fancy pantsy. All right, it's loading. You'll see again, right? There's a value spectrum. This one is 4,000. This is 1,000. Like if the profit margins are the same, selling one of these is 4 times the impact for that business as selling one of these. And this one is 12,000, right? Like it's like the numbers only go up. So like if you help them sell their highest value thing, this one right here is 108,000, which is like $5,000 microphone. Like what could you do helping them sell that? All right. I won't show you another guitar one. Let's just skip that one for now. Pet supplies. Okay. Let's just see what they got here. This one, I don't like this store. This is like too much shit going on here for me, for my taste. But let's click on a few of those categories. We'll go see what they got for dogs. They got a million things. They got dry food, wet food. Again, like what we help them sell is going to make a great deal of difference to their overall bottom line. Another thing I wanted to show you. So this is just one way, is to help them sell their most expensive things. So if you're designing a website, design websites to help them sell their most expensive things. If you're doing SEO, do SEO to help them sell their most expensive things, right? Like though that immediately makes your SEO more valuable by just aiming at keywords. Here's another thing. So I noticed this in the coffee space. Maybe I didn't have it in this one. There's a thing right here. You see this magic word? Subscription. Subscription means somebody's going to buy that thing again and again and again and again. And if you do this in other categories, by the way, a lot of these things could be made subscriptions. Like say somebody buys a barbecue, like could you not add some like subscription? We'll send you like, for example, charcoal, right? Like if they need barbecue accessories, like, hey, we'll just send you charcoal every month if you're a barbecue person, right? There's nothing that says you can't take normal everyday products and make them recurring. I'll tell you, like, for example, it may just be a small thing, but I play guitar and I break strings all the fucking time, right? And so having like a recurring package that I get every month of just strings and accessories and guitar picks, you could add this on and help the store sell this. They just don't, like, because they don't think of those things. So that's another way is, are there opportunities to take these things and make them recurring, right? Like you could just take one product that sells one time and sell it 12 times a year or once a week, and it immediately gets more valuable. I see this all the time, especially like supplements are low hanging fruit because it's a consumable and like they'll sell their supplement once. Well, sign somebody up for a recurring package. You'll do way more damage for your client if you help them do that. Another thing is packages, right? Like, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but all of these stores are only offering me single items. I can add more info and add it to cart, things like that. What about like if I'm looking for a barbecue, do you think I'm only interested in a barbecue? Or do you think I want the grill master, the propane, the charcoal, the set, the scrapey thing, the tongs, all of that, even like a meat package, right? So there's nothing that stops you from helping your clients to take their existing stuff and put them together into packages, especially like something like pet supplies. Like you could easily take this as a recurring and as a package deal, right? Like you got pets. If you want, we can just ship you dog food every week, right? We can get you on the recurring plan. You'll notice here, none of this is set up for recurring. It's all one-time sale. You're going to have to log into that store and buy it again and again and again. So those are another opportunity. You can apply the $100 bill methodology. Another thing you can do, by the way, is sorry, I there was one I meant to write in here, by the way. We'll just come back to that in a second. Traction, adding to their already best-selling items. So like, let's say, for example, I don't know what the best-selling item is here, but let's just like click on the pet supply and we're just going to go to dog food. We'll go to dry food. Let's just, apparently I'm forbidden. Okay, that's a bad example. Okay, let's go to the coffee one then to use it as an example. Let's pretend, for example, we know right here, because they've got a bestsellers category, that this is their best selling thing, is this candy blueberry coffee. Sounds a little weird to me personally, but like, let's say a lot of people are buying this. Well, what else could we potentially add on? And this can be affiliate stuff, by the way. This does not have to be stuff that they directly sell. I can just tell you off the top of my head. Maybe they want a coffee mug to go with it, right? Maybe if they're a coffee enthusiast, they might buy a training video for how to make it, right? Maybe they'd be interested in a coffee machine. Like those are just a couple of ideas. There's lots of ways we can take their best-selling thing and add on to it and create supporting pieces that helps them better sell it. And again, you don't have to really change what you're doing, right? If you're running Facebook ads for this product, well, how much different is it to like, hey, let's create a package and run Facebook ads to the package? It's the same damn kind of work, right? Like, but it has a monumental impact on a client if you can take their, in this case, their 1875 best-selling thing. Imagine you could turn that into a package where you get it with a coffee machine, and you get a mug, and you get some shit to entertain your friends and all that. And now it becomes a $250 package with an 1875 recurring a week. We'll just send you a new one every week, right? Then you go from helping a client to sell an $18 thing to selling a $500 or $1,000 thing. And this is the last piece I wanted to lead in is the high value add-on. So I was actually in a mastermind once with a person who sold coffee as an e-commerce thing. So this is not like a theoretical thing. And their high value upsell was for the super coffee enthusiasts. They had a $5,000 to $10,000 coffee retreat. They would fly you to Costa Rica. You would see how the coffee was made. You would stay at a resort. You would walk through. You get to taste the coffee, smell it, brew it, see all the people who meet it, shake hands, stay in a nice fancy thing. And they actually made most of their money on the back end, the high value things. So like if you're selling yoga balls and yoga mats, there's nothing that says you can't reach out to a yoga retreat and say, I'd like to work out a partnership deal so we can also offer your $10,000 retreat as part of our back end. You'd be amazed at how much better the math works. So if you sell one $10,000 thing, even if only 1 in 1,000 visitors buy it, you've raised the value of every visitor to that website by $10, right? Like $10,000 divided by 10. Obviously, who knows what the margins are and things like that. Obviously, you got to take that into consideration in e-commerce, but those are simple ways you can add to it. So there's a nickel and $100 bill and everything. Obviously, with e-commerce, you got to be a little more creative than other ones, but these are some of the easiest ways you can take your shit and make it more valuable. Like I said, is focus on, if you're going to do SEO or Facebook web design, focus it on selling their most expensive thing. And of course, with e-commerce, make sure it's actually selling. If they've got a consumable thing or an obvious thing that could just be turned into recurring, help them create a recurring thing. If they're already got something that's working, like there's nothing that you can't stop you from turning it into a package and creating a second product, or you can add traction to these best-selling products, as I mentioned, or you can work out all kinds of affiliate deals for the back end. I'll tell you, the lowest hanging fruit in most cases is just find their best-selling, most expensive item and focus your shit on that, because the margins will be better. Like I mentioned, if you help a roofer sell a $250,000 thing, he's going to have bigger margins than if you help him sell a $100 roof repair. Ergo, you can spend more on ads. You can reach people more ways. It's the same thing in e-commerce. The numbers may not be as extreme as the $250,000 versus the $100 bill, but there's a spectrum, right? Like there's a difference between getting a $500 coffee sale and an 1875 coffee sale. You just get more room to be wrong and more with ads. So this is my way of saying, help clients sell their biggest, most expensive thing and aim your shit at that. And what you'll find is your stuff gets more valuable automatically. So I hope that's helpful to you guys who are doing e-commerce. That's all I got for you guys in this video. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And I'd love to hear it, by the way, if you guys are open to just sharing what niche you're into the comments, and what the highest value, most expensive thing is there. And if you're already selling that or not, because you can easily twist what you're doing. So anyways, enough rambling from me, guys. That's all I got for you guys. May the force be with you.